obviously for Neon, they're one game away from getting knocked out of the qualifiers, so this game too going to be extremely important as already the tips are coming out towards Ken. Not sure what Ken's done wrong here, but Ken's getting all the tips.
Mode boggy Ken. Miss you, party. It's like mode handsome Ken. Miss you, friend. Their former carry, of course.
Oh.
Ken just gives him the dot in reply.
Well,
the dot back. I love Southeast Asia.
This is what I miss. This is what I miss the most. The start of the game trash talk, you know? Well, it's really friendly banter, but, you know, I do appreciate it. It's fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And, of course, Ken with the JG 413.
30 seconds.
And JG with a 413.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Shots being fired. Ken is also a haha cool enjoyer. Very fun guy.
I mean, I'm gonna like sound like a complete moron, but is the 413, is that like meant to be a Bible verse or something? I don't.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a reference to, I don't know, what is it, John 4:13?
Right.
Or one of the Gospels, I think. I'm not sure.
Right. Okay. Thank you for that, Jonathan. Not that you
Yeah.
actually knew the answer.
welcome.
You're just guessing at this point. I don't know why I'm thanking you.
I'm pretty sure it's John 4:13, and I will quickly Google while you cast absolutely nothing happening here, Mike.
Okay. Literally nothing happening at the moment. There was a 3-for-1 bounty rune trade at the very least, so JG was able to get 1 for his team, but Neon ended up starting with 3. Nice little net worth advantage to get things underway. Of course, you are looking at the bottom lane where Fortune Soul and Castaway are going to be playing up against Rupido and Lucify. Now, this Troll Warlord, like, it is known to be extremely strong in the laning stage at least, but so is Dawnbreak and Rubik at the moment, so it's kind of hard for me to say Fortune Soul should have just an outright advantage down at this bottom lane, because this Dawnbreaker does scare the crap out of me every time I see it.
Yeah, it just does so much damage. The burn damage coming out from Celestial Hammer to clear out the wave, to apply constant laning pressure. There's not too much Castaway can do to stop that. Until maybe level 3 you can start to get aggressive. You can try to set up for some root opportunities here on your Troll, but you've always got
Castaway
to worry about the Rubik as well.
Castaway. Yeah, he's way out of position. He was trying to make sure that no pull was happening here with Lucify. At least he does get out with his life intact. Thankfully, they did not have enough damage to take out the Marcy. But he is going to have to salve himself up. So no salve now for the Troll. Now, you got to be very careful with this level 1 mark as the Marcy. Like, you go for this level 1 sidekick. It doesn't really help you out that much, that's for sure.
No. It definitely does set up for a more farm-oriented lane, which is basically what you want here for Fortune Soul anyway. We'll see how much you can get out. So far, not doing too shabby, 6-1. Not the best of times for Rupido, focusing on that chase. Does miss out on a lot of CS. And that will hold him back a bit. He is going for the Vanguard build up first, so maybe looking for the disassembly down the line. Gives us a chance to look elsewhere while they are just focused on farming. Down mid, this matchup of Invoker Puck is pretty straightforward. It's pretty alright to manage as a Puck. You can dodge out a lot with spells of the Invoker. Ken does have reflexes to get that done, so you should be able to manage. But JG doesn't care too much. Still finding farm. Although, again, it's a lot easier for Ken. Once level 6 is up, that's where the threat comes in. Like, you've got Dream Coil Dispose. That is one combination you can kind of try to gun for. And it's an easy side lane rotation for Ken if he finds that opportunity.
Right. We're at that top lane. Like, Haha and Young God against Raging and Kishka for now. Seems to be going very well for Young God. Not an easy lane for the Brewmaster either. Like, as a person who's been playing quite a bit of Silencer recently, this hero, it still feels just devastating to play against in the laning stage. As long as you've got the mana. Like, there's not really anything you can do about it.
Yeah, it's a really oppressive hero. I like that when they picked it up, they were setting up for the Dawnbreaker, right? To ensure that there's no Silencer pickup to counteract that Solar Guardian. So it's very strong for MIPH in playing this teamfight combination of cutting off any way of canceling off their big spells, especially that Solar Guardian, especially their Invoker and his spell spam. That is down the line. So far, Young God having a smooth time farming up. Not too much threat that can come out from Kishka and Raging. Maybe by their level 6s, it starts to feel better. Down bot, trading pretty hard here.
Yeah, they were trying to go after Lucify. Rupido does intervene. Sadly for Rupido, he did not have Starbreaker available, but he could go for a kill in 3 seconds. Fortune Soul needs to get in position, I think. Luckily for him, there is a creep wave that Rupido wants, but Rupido is waiting for him to be out of position to go for the Celestial Hammer. Looks like he's going to be all right. I suppose he does have the Healing Lotus and some stick charges available on the Troll, but here come the pings. He won't go for it. He'll let Fortune Soul beat. I mean, chances are he would have survived anyway. It might have been close, but not close enough, I don't think.
Not quite yet. Again, this is a good amount of space for Fortune Soul, managing that lane well. Managing to at least keep up with Young God, who with a flat cannon should have a pretty free lane as well. But the Troll off to this good start does allow him to, again, consider the itemization. Maybe a faster Maelstrom kicks in, maybe an SNY, even a Battle Fury, which we sometimes used to see on Troll. Still works out pretty well. The
Raging.
Pressure up top is the concerning one.
Yeah, Raging's just dead. Haha, gets him. It's so hard. You get this level 3 mark, level 2 Arcane Curse with the last word, and you extend the duration of the Arcane Curse. It's so tough to go up against it. It really is. And you've got a support Batrider. Like, what the hell is Kishka going to do in this laning phase? Just nothing.
Yeah, it's a toughie. And this is not going to be as smooth for Raging to have his impact. Like, when you do get that split off, it is pretty effective. It's just that it does feel like you're kind of tied into even your Ags right now, or at least your Shard, to have that earlier split, that longer split duration, and that's a little ways off. And you are manageable as well. Just Gyrocopter into Brewmaster means that your Brewlings can also just die in the middle of these fights. So, again, it's not as straightforward as the last game where Raging just went for the Ags, buffed up Fortune Soul, and start to run down. They have to take these fights really smart. They are grouping down bot, though. A 3-man rotation here with Kishka showing up.
No, that's because Kishka got told by Raging to leave the top lane, I guarantee it. He's like, get the hell out of my lane. You're no use to me, sir. Kishka, here we will get the Firefly off. Celestial Hammer away from Rupido. They will at least Flame Break, but there's no damage. There's no damage. He's got a Ring of Health anyway. Rupido he's going to freely reset. Meanwhile, top lane,
Raging.
Looks like Raging's just dead. Does get away for a bit. Oh, haha, he could not get it. Unfortunate. But this is all this time, like, Raging's not getting any farm. He's got, what,
No.
19 CS, which is, I guess, a bit of a miracle he's even got that right now. Haha's going to come in from the back again, but doesn't really have the mana for the full combo anymore. He's going to find himself a Troll Courier, though, so there goes Fortune Soul's Courier as Raging's going to get dived. But Kishka is back. Haha going to go for a TP out right in front of them, and they can do nothing about it. They TP Castaway, but Castaway just can't get within range to do anything.
Yeah, Rupido.
Yeah, he's trying to run away from Fortune Soul. Fortune Soul doing a fair bit of damage, but again, with the Ring of Health and Tangos he's got, he's fine. Now a Vanguard.
It's starting to lag a little bit behind EXP. So that is a little bit painful for the Dawnbreaker. Fortune Soul at level 5 has the value point in the Fervor. Level 3 Axis starts to feel better in playing aggressive by himself. Once you have that 6 up, even a kill threat onto the Troll is a lot harder to pull off if you have to waste some of your crowd control to set up. Like, you're looking for a lift back into the Starbreaker. Then once that's gone, Troll's free to do what he wants. So it's a double-edged sword. I mean, you are forced to clump up so many heroes up top here.
They missed the hammer. Oh, Rupido, had he landed that hammer, that would have been an easy kill on Fortune Soul. He had the backup. Now TP's incoming. Rupido, oh, he's going to be targeted. Coil does land. Hits the orb as well. Ken is being targeted by Haha and Lucify. Rupido actually survives throughout all of this. In comes JG now on the Invoker. Can they find the puck? Ken still trying to dance around here against Lucify. Gets him down. And Ken is still running. Rupido now being chased down by Kishka, but Kishka, he gets turned on by Rupido. Can they get the kill? It doesn't seem like it. The axes miss. Oh, Fortune Soul misses. Here comes Raging though. Raging, a huge Cinder Brew, landing on 3. Rupido still being chased, avoids the orb, but gets hit by the slam. He will die. Now the split up from Raging. He wants more. He just hit level 6. Onto Haha, he should have a second. And they will. Ken will find that one. Raging Potato. After a very bad laning stage, he gets a lot of impact going.
Yeah, he's forced to use the split, but does pay off in finding those kills. It is still a little bit of a sacrifice you've made. One kill being traded out for 3, not the biggest in the world, but the space you're giving out to Young God is of concern. Like this Gyrocopter again having a very free game right now, uncontested in farm. Crystal is on its way out, probably just the same build-up last game. Ags into something like the Satanic. And you will still have Gyrocopter issues. So all of this investment just to buy some space out for Fortune Soul is still giving MIPH what they'd want anyway.
Right.
You're getting early activity out.
Top lane, he's got no split and they know it. He's trying to go for the easy kill by the tier 1 tower. Nobody's TP to help Raging Potato out. Raging's going to find his own way out of this one. Eventually, Ken does come in with Kishka and Castaway. They'll try to punish at least, but the Solar Guardian going to keep them alive just long enough so Rupido can help out. They'll at least take Haha down. But now Castaway will be chased on the Marcy. A nice dispose will cancel the Starbreaker. The chase is still on for Young God, but it seems like they'll leave it be. Now JG shows up. But JG's a bit too late to the party. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Lucifer goes down to Fortune Soul.
You have to respect that troll when you are solo as a support. Very easy to get run down after a couple of axes get thrown out and a lucky root comes in. So you are starting to feed into this troll a little bit. The butterfly, or the Battle Fury is coming out.
JG.
They're still chasing.
Yeah, that's a lot of damage on JG. A lot of slow, and JG is just down. Neon just rushing him in the mid lane. And they might be able to look towards the mid-tier 1 tower now.
They've got that opening for the push. They don't have their troll around, so it's not the fastest push in the world, but they've got the numbers to force something in. No Solar Guardian for Rupido to kind of relocate himself in there as well. But he will just TP down. They can't afford to lose that objective. They need control on their jungle to just keep farming up on Young God. Tower will still fall though. Surprised they commit so much for nothing.
Yeah, I mean, siege creep was there for the Radiant, so it makes it a lot easier to get through the tier 1. And for MIPH, they commit everything but get nothing out of it. They're just... all these TPs amount to 0. You can already see MIPH and the Dire Triangle getting a lot of stacks off for their Gyrocopter, realizing it might be another hard game for Young God. Young God, once he takes those stacks out, though, he's going to escalate quite quickly into the Aghanim Scepter. And I also still have my doubts around this Fortune Soul troll. Like, he's doing well for now. He's 3-0-0, but it's just this troll Warlord hero. It never looks good every time we cast it. You know, like once you get to the part where he has to carry the game, it just this battle trance ability. It just seems so bad.
Yeah, it still feels really janky. And he has the Battle Fury. He can try to keep up in the farm. One little halberd kind of just ruins troll, and it's not going to be too off the mark for Rupido to kind of try to build into a halberd. So you can just ruin a troll pre-BKB or even post-BKB once the BKB is short enough. And pings are coming out. They are going through the gate right now, and they could try to hunt down this troll.
MIPH, I mean, they'd love themselves a troll kill if they could get it. You do have at least one earn charge on JG to play with here against a troll warlord, but Fortune Soul's already left the building.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
A lot of farm just happening across the map. Battle Fury now up on the troll, so he's hit that point now where he can really start to escalate even quicker. Happy days for Neon. Like, with the way this game's going, there's just no need to rush. They'll go for a 3-man smoke here on on Neon. Down towards the bottom lane, MIPH. We're hanging around trying to chip away at the bottom tier 1 tower. Comes Neon. They might run right into Rupido here. And they have. Pings are out. Kishka chasing for the lasso attempt, but realizes it's not going to be that easy. Oh, it might just be! He walked into it! It's okay though, he's still running, but not for long. It seems like though Ken's the one being jumped, but he gets a Dream Coil off. He gets it off before he escapes. Rupido's down. JG. He goes for a run, but the control is out from Raging into the rebound. Castaway locking him down. JG is still escaping, however, as Raging kind of just got left alone. The rest of his team they just didn't chase. maybe a bit of a disconnect here because Raging just went in completely alone, though they do at least eventually get JG, but now Ken is being chased by a homing missile, so they've got the vision. Can they cancel the TP? No, they can't. The split ends. The split end in the last second. He couldn't cyclone in time.
So unfortunate for Luzify not being able to get that out. I mean, still stealing that split is going to be big. He's going to have another use of it before it fades away. So the team fight for side of MIPH starts to open up, but the punishment from Neon's really oppressive. They're forced to drag in Young God as well into that fight really early just to try to reel it in, but they don't find anything for their trouble. A 4K lead coming out for Neon as Fortune Soul gets to eat up a lot of space. They will find Castaway, but that's not the big takeaway you want here. You know, you needed more for your effort. You needed more for all of that commitment. And Neon, they're in a very strong lead now. Now, at 15 minutes in, 14 and a half minutes in, 5K lead up Kishka.
JG just gonna run right into Kishka. I'm not sure how he saw him, but he did. Meanwhile, the gyrocopter taking all the stacks away, so Young God very, very happy right now. Gonna have the Aghanim Scepter up rather soon. In the meantime, Fortune Soul's going towards his own BKB now as top lane. They've got the silence out onto the puck, though Ken does manage to barely get away, but the Arcane Curse is going for quite a long time now. Ken, he just keeps extending it. It's not getting any easier to get away. It finally ends, but it's all over. Lucifer gets him with the Fade Ball. And now the smoke. Who can they get with this one? I think they saw Rage
under vision.
Oh, they did too. Haha will get slowed up by the Cinder Brew, but he is okay to back off. Keep in mind, Haha's still got Global Silence up. So it's kind of hard to make the jump in.
They're going to try. A little bit of a flanking here.
If you don't get the split off before the Global Silence, though, for Raging, it could be a really disastrous fight. Jump in is there, Lasso is out. Global Silence are committed. They're going to aim the Brewmaster immediately, trying to burst him down before he can get that R button off, and he does. They do get him out. He does have buyback, but Young God now. Young God's going down. Not a great trade for MIPH. There's now Neon trying to go for more, but Rupido's happily jumping in after Castaway. Castaway still somehow alive, though they will finally take him out with the Fade Bolt. Fortune Soul, in the meantime, still has the Battle Trance up, so he wants to go for a fight. Rupido's kind of stuck in the middle of all this. They will Celestial Hammer up, and now Ken, a great Dream Coil, but the Orb, it completely whiffed. It won't matter, though. They'll keep the fight going. Fortune Soul, he does not have Battle Trance anymore. He needs to run. No more fighting for him. Instead, he might just have to watch his Batrider die, though the Batrider getting uphill misses completely, as now Ken dies. Ken! So they'll get Haha. They'll get Lucify. They'll get more. But the Sunstrike, it won't land on anyone. No miss. What a mess.
That was such an awkward fight. Raging, it's as you said, Global Silence kicks in. Raging isn't able to get that split off, and the fight is a lot more messy for Neon than they'd want to. They had to deal with the opposing split coming up from Lucify instead. He managed to get it off. He doesn't have to worry about the Global Silence kicking in. A little bit awkward. We saw Fortune Soul pop Battle Trance, and guess what? Invoker has Disarm, so you don't even need Halberd. You just need to disarm him, and the ult really does nothing. They might be able to find more here, though, Rupido.
Well, they're going to try. Jump in, Rupido. Yeah, I mean, he's still a very tanky boy. Dispose does make sure he can not get the Starbreaker, and now Castaway dealing with him himself with the Unleash. They will trade for Kishka, but it is a very nice trade for Neon. Now the Dream Call out has caught JG on the Invoker. That's the big target. They want this Invoker out of the team fight. Rebound is not there. The Tornado making sure it does not finish, but JD is still going to die as now Lucify jumping in after Raging. Raging will go down to the last word. Ken, he'll be okay to walk away. Every team fight, it's such chaos. Every single time.
It's so costly for Neon to trade this way, even though they are technically winning out and trading with MIPH right now. It's not clean enough. This is, again, additional space coming out for your troll, and you are slowing down this Invoker in his own build-up. And the Midas, they're trying to go for the slow game here on MIPH, going back for the Midas on JG, and building up for for the point where the gyrocopter can be that be-all and all core. So I like the ideation here. One thing you have to commend Neon in is the vision. Like, they've gotten so much good forward vision. That earlier ward that spotted out the smoke, this nice sneaky ward by the hot tub, it feels really easy for them to start to look for this punishment, and that does lead to those engagements that we saw up top. I'm wondering when this investment kicks off, though. Like, when is Fortune Soul fully ready? He has the Yasha up, going for the BKB. At that point, maybe just wait for the Sanj, and you're good, although...
They've got Global. If they can land it, he does blink away, though.
Is under attack.
The puck is one hero you happily commit Global on every single chance you get. They're going to try and force a fight anyway. Roshan has begun. Young God's got the Ags up, so they want to try and get a fight going. But the problem is now Fortune Soul has his BKB on the way.
Bottom tower is under attack.
So now the Troll's a lot harder to deal with. It's going to be very awkward for MIPH to try and get a fight going now. Unless they can find Ken to start things off. But Ken, he's been a bit of a slippery bugger. Ken? They know he's there, but they just don't... They aren't able to make the jump. Raging. Split is out. Coil is down. They've got the gyrocopter again. In comes Fortune Soul right after the gyrocopter, but there's the Solar Guardian trying to keep him alive. But is it enough? It is too much damage coming in from Fortune Soul. Way too much. Rupido will go down with him. 3 down for the price of 1. Not very good for Neon. Oh, excuse me, not very good for MIPH, rather.
Very good for Neon,
Great
though.
for Neon.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Like, you can see the difference when that global silence comes out a little bit too late from Haha and the split kicks in from Raging. They can just clean up. Now they have easy access to Roshan. Fortune Soul doesn't have to worry about being disarmed when he does use the battle trance up. And when the age is going their way, they've got a clear shot at just clearing out these objectives. Again, that's one strength of the Troll. Lays onto these objectives really damn fast. Manta not too far off as well for Fortune Soul. The side of MIPH has to be really cautious. Like, they've been winning out these fights, but it's all down to pinning down Raging. It's all down to controlling up this Troll pre-BKB. With the BKB up, it feels like when you see the battle trance commitment, it's MIPH that has to kind of back off. They have to try to kite around as best as they can and prevent further losses from kicking in. Back and forth tips for Ken and Haha, our enjoyer right here, Mr. Ken, the Haha enjoyer.
Absolutely. Can't blame the man. I think we're all Haha enjoyers inside, Jonathan. Once upon a time, that is. Fortune Soul.
God.
Fortune Soul will take the bottom tier 1 tower very freely. No real contest. Always has the full Manta up as well, so you're going to have a nice way of dealing with the global silence without having to think about using the BKB. It might be H. They're the backs against the wall. Like, 6k disadvantage here. Like, this Troll Warlord's getting way too much. As much as you and I love to doubt this hero, with enough farm, it is certainly going to prove to be very, very strong. Now a free shard coming Castaway's way.
Yeah. Just being efficient, getting some more stacks up. There is a point where MIPH starts to get really annoying to deal with. Like, JG's Ags timing is pretty damn annoying. Like, that EMP with a pullback, it's kind of atrocious what that can do, especially as these BKBs start to tick down. So once you're down to a 6-second BKB for Fortune Soul, that's where the fights can open up for the side of MIPH, but they have to wait a long time for that to happen, as Neon will smoke up here on the hunt. Again, that forward vision still not being taken care of.
Here we go. They saw Young God. Rebound out. Young God realizing something's wrong will TP away in Kishka. He had the blink up, but he did not trust himself to blink forward and get the lasso. Unfortunate. It won't really matter, though. They're still going to get a tier 2 top tower out of it. It's like, yeah, you miss out on the kill potential, but you still get the objective. You still have the Aegis, so you may as well think about the top tier 3 tower. Still 2 minutes 40 seconds left on that Aegis for Fortune Soul. Like, why the hell not?
Now, and this is the strength of that Troll. That just can end games really quick. The high ground. Oh.
Yeah, they're going to coil off. No more global silence for 35. That's a big problem for MIPH. It's a big ability to play off. But Neon, how long do they stick around here? Like, there's 23 seconds left on the respawn. Still 2 minutes and 10 seconds of the Aegis timer. Here we go again. Fortune Soul being targeted, loses most of his HP by Rupido, but now the turnaround is out. Raging, he does pump fake, but no, he goes for the split. Castaway with a great initiation, but Rupido got the BKB off. He will be okay for now. In comes Young God trying to deal with the Brewlings, and almost has all of them. Only the Storm one is left, and Raging is going to get caught.
Top tower is under
So a successful high ground defense from MIPH. Neon, they won't even get the T3 tower.
Yeah, they're holding on well. They instantly smoke up afterwards as well. They still have the global silence, so they could start these fights. They don't have to worry about that pesky Brewmaster Raging as well. Just need to find the angle. They don't have that much forward vision. That's really where Neon's been shining in this series. Like, the wards of MIPH just doesn't compare to the information Neon's able to find here. Kishka? It's gonna be alright.
JG, he wants to punish someone more. Oh, Fortune Soul. There's a lot of heroes around Fortune Soul from MIPH's end, but they don't want to deal with him with the Aegis. Even though it may have felt like an advantageous fight with the Brewmaster and Kishka not there, they will not take the opportunity. Instead, it looks like they're trying to have a look around the top lane to see if they can find somebody that's alone from Neon's end of things, but that is just not the case. Kishka's already left the building. As you can see, the win probability currently sitting at 71% for Neon, which I would certainly agree with. Hell, I might even place it higher than that. If it wasn't for Troll Warlord, that is. Who is feeling pretty good right now, at least, in this game, as he now has a Basher up. Yeah, oh, JG. JG cannot afford to die like this. He needs to get the hell out. He'll try for a TP play, but they've got the Yule Scepter. Trying to creep skip to protect the tier 2 mid tower, but it is nowhere near enough. It's been a very sad Invoker game so far for good old JG.
Yeah, it hasn't felt good. They had to pop the global silence as well, so even without this Aegis up, there's not much to be scared of. You've got the split in a few seconds coming out here for Raging. They'll make their way back up top to clear out this tier 3. Backdoor is down. It's not going to take too long with a troll up.
And they're trying. It's a little bit hard because you can clear out the creep wave so simply with Rupido and Lucify. Because Young God being there does not help either. So they'll get a tier 3. That's something.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Into the dire triangle Neon will go. And MIPH, they know exactly where they've gone, but there's no real... I don't really feel like there's any fighting these guys at the moment. In fact, they're going to show themselves mid lane. But you can see Neon, they want to go for the fight immediately. They've got all their abilities up. Apart from the lasso, but now it is available. So it just comes off cooldown to boot. In we go. Kishka, he won't get the lasso. He wanted Young God. Does at least return the homing missile, I suppose. That's about it. JG, however. JG is at the bot lane by himself again. Trying to split push the best he possibly can, but Ken knows he's there. And they found him. Very nice coil. Is broken. It won't matter. JG, no way out. He's gone.
This is getting really rough for MIPH. Neon bouncing back in strong form, not giving a lot of openings out to the side of MIPH as well. For MIPH, they're just banking on the scaling from Young God. Going for the Daedalus into the Butterfly. Hanging on to the Titan Sliver as well for a little bit more damage. No lifesteal just yet on the Gyrocopter. So these prolonged fights aren't quite clean. And you do have a stable combination here with Gyrocopter Invoker. Alacrity on Gyro with a flak running is pretty devastating. But again, there's just been no big team fights coming out. It's all just pickoffs coming through in the favor of Neon, going for these pushes with Fortune Soul, just hammering into another tier 2, leaving this map naked outside of the high ground for the side of MIPH. And for MIPH, I mean, outside with the Gyrocopter, they're trying to go for this Ags up on Rupido, so again, more utility focused. They get the lasso off.
They do. Lasso has caught out Haha, so he's gone. Tier 2 bottom tower was also taken out. Fortune Soul may be thinking about going high ground again, but may just decide to wait for the Roshan first. This has bought time for Young God to get the full Daedalus up now on the Gyrocopter, but I don't know if damage is really the problem right now for the Gyro. Here we go. Fortune Soul, he'll go up to the top racks, which was exposed. Does get jumped immediately, but will return the favor. That top rack still going down very, very quickly. They'll force the glyph out. Now Fortune Soul, tornadoed up, one hit away. They will get the top racks. Fortune Soul, though, almost out of mana. Will run away. Does get mangoed up, I believe, by somebody anyway. Will be just fine to walk out of there. Roshan's up in 2 seconds. Nice and easy.
Roche fully up. Topside Roche for now, but in a minute we'll swing down. It looks like Neon expects it to go down south. Smoke out from MIPH. They do have that global silence. They kind of lack the call down, but if they isolate one here, they try to stall this game out further.
They might just MIPH will run. Neon still hanging around that radiant, the Diad triangle. No primal split available for this fight. JG. Gonna see the Brewmaster. Jump in is immediate. Starbreaker. It's gonna land on one. Raging. Still able to run away for now. As now the lasso comes down. Kishka, he found the gyrocopter. Puts him on the cliff with the lift away. Lucify. Takes him right back off that cliff. Meanwhile, JG though. JG got left in the mid lane alone. Solar Guardian's gonna come through. They want to keep him alive the best they possibly can. Fortune Soul gonna be jumped again by Rubido, but they have no follow-up. Fortune Soul is still so safe. Has the BKB, has the battle trance. We'll pop both of them right at the same time. Rubido's getting lifted up, trying to be safe for Young God. Young God's been left. Young God dies. No buyback available for the Gyro. And it seems like MIPH may have to think about the GG call very soon. Because this troll, it's just too strong. It is just too strong in this game so far. And I'll tell you, like, MIPH, they can't get a fight going. They can't kill anyone.
They're just so split up. They're not able to get the global silence off. They're not clumped up. GG's jumping elsewhere. And they're all constantly focused down. Dream Coil comes out, he tries to break it, doesn't have a smooth escape plan until the BKB's up, but that's stalled out as well. And again, Neon had a really good read with this draft. With a Marcy plus Troll, just play objectives, play with Roche, play with these kinds of team fights, and just take the map control really damn fast. Their vision supported them in that area as well. MIPH is playing pretty blind for the most part here. And Raging even leaving one bear behind just to annoy the backline, get some information as to what exactly they're building into. Only one set of racks left standing for MIPH. Neon, they're in control. All you need to do is, just don't get too ahead of yourselves. Don't go running around and dying randomly with no buyback, and you're pretty safe after that.
Bottom lane, here we go again. MIPH, I don't know if this is the way to do it. Like, they're thinking about running through the bottom lane, but showing in a creep wave is very risky. Only the primal split is lacking right now from Raging Potato. They have everything else. But we've seen Raging Beast still be very effective even without the primal split. Just being able to tank so much of the damage. And look at this Ken. He sees everyone. He's just watching everyone.
Oh my God.
A 3-man coil. They'll lock him down. This is not looking good. Young God. He's okay for now, but not for long. Fortune Soul just runs in. The battle trance will just lock him down. This game is over. GG's call. They've had enough. No coming back for game 2 in MIPH. And Neon, they will tie it up 1-1. In we go for game number 3.
Yeah, finally get a game.